No intro for this video, because I feel like this doesn't need one, but anyway. I tricked you, but anyway, before I talk about the stuff in this video today, I want to say that I don't play Call of Duty, or watch it or anything. I just found this information on Instagram. So I might have just stumbled into something that basically spoils what Godzilla and Kong could look like in the next MonsterVerse film, Godzilla x Kong, Supernova. And I've gotta say this straight up. I'm actually cool with one of these designs. But the other one? Yeah. No. Absolutely not. Let's break this down. So for a while now, Call of Duty Mobile has been doing these crossover events with the MonsterVerse. And if you've been paying attention, they don't just randomly throw this stuff in there. They actually use it like a teaser system, kind of like what happened before the new Empire came out. Remember how they dropped that Shimo cave painting? At the time, nobody even knew what Shimo fully was going to look like. It was just a mysterious drawing in the background, and then the movie drops, and boom, that exact design. Almost one-to-one. So now people are looking at this new COD mobile MonsterVerse content a lot more seriously. And honestly, I don't blame them, because this time, things are looking kind of wild. Let's start with Godzilla. In this new teaser-like image, we see Godzilla's dorsal plates, but they are not what we're used to. Instead of the usual single-tone glow we've seen in recent versions, these plates look like a mix of blue, purple, and this whitish glow layered together. And I'm not even gonna lie, visually, it actually looks clean. It gives off that early 2000s Godzilla energy, like Godzilla 2000 vibes. If you know, you know. That deep purple glow mixed with that modern MonsterVerse polish just hits different. It feels more energetic, more unstable, more alive almost, and personally, I'm vibing with that direction. It looks like they're pushing Godzilla into a more visually complex energy state rather than just bright pink equals power up. So on the Godzilla side, yeah, I'm actually in. That part 1 don't hate at all. But now we need to talk about Kong, because in this image way in the back, there is clearly a massive figure. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out what it is supposed to represent. It's a giant ape, and in the MonsterVerse, there is only one main character that fits that description, Kong, but here's where things get controversial. This version of Kong looks like he is wearing some kind of exosuit. Not just armor pieces. Not just battle gear. I'm talking about a full structured suit that outlines his entire body. You can see the silhouette clearly shaped around him, almost like it's integrated into his movement rather than just strapped on. And yeah, this is where the fanbase starts splitting in half. Because on one hand, people are saying this is cool, like maybe Kong is leveling up again. Maybe this is how he survives fighting Space Godzilla, which was confirmed to be the strongest monster in the MonsterVerse, yes, even stronger than King Ghidorah, and Scar King mixed, and even Shimo. We've seen Kong get upgrades before. We've seen him go from just raw strength to using tools, weapons, and even tech-based enhancements, so in theory, an exosuit evolution kind of makes sense in the MonsterVerse logic. But on the other hand, a lot of fans are not happy about this, and I get it, because Kong's whole identity is built on being raw, physical, emotional strength. Not feeling like a walking mech experiment, and from what this silhouette is showing, it almost looks like the suit is doing a lot of the heavy lifting visually. Like Kong is being wrapped in something that might overshadow his natural design. Some people are even comparing it to sci-fi armor concepts from other movies, saying it feels less like Kong evolving and more like Kong being turned into a machine. And that is where the concern really kicks in, because if Kong loses that grounded, primal feel, a lot of fans feel like something important gets lost in translation. Now there's also a bigger conversation here, because if this leak, hint, or teaser is actually accurate, then it tells us something about where Supernova might be going. It feels like they are pushing Godzilla and Kong into very different directions. Godzilla is evolving into something more elemental, more cosmic, more visually intense, while Kong is being pushed into technology, augmentation, and external power boosts, and that contrast could either be really interesting storytelling, or it could feel uneven depending on how it's handled. Personally, I think Godzilla is getting the stronger visual treatment here, no question. That dorsal plate design looks like something people are going to talk about for a long time if it actually shows up in the movie. It feels iconic already, even from just a hint. But Kong, that's where I'm still unsure, because I need to see how it's actually used in the story before I fully judge it. If the suit is just a small part of his journey, like a temporary phase or a survival tool, then maybe it works. But if this becomes his permanent identity moving forward, I think a lot of people are going to be divided for a long time. So yeah, that's the breakdown. If this really is our first look at what's coming in Godzilla x Kong, Supernova, then we are definitely heading into a very different era of the MonsterVerse, one that might either completely hit or completely split the fanbase. No in between. Let me know what you guys think, because I know I'm not the only one feeling like this right now. I'll catch y'all in the next one.